Alright, magandang gabi po mga kababayan. Welcome to Pugad Vloggers. Your Monday host ngayon, Mark Lopez po. Nako, exciting ang ating program ngayon at nakikita nyo na sa ating screen ang ating guest. And I don't think hindi na kailangan pa ng mahabang introduction ng ating guest ngayon. Magandang gabi sa iyo, Direct Paul Soriano.
Thank you, Mark. Good evening to all the listeners. Maraming salamat. Thank you for having me tonight. Happy to be here.
Yan, ako direct, marami ang nag-aabang sa iyo ngayon at makikinig at gustong marinig ang kwento mo.
Kwentuhan lang tayo.
Yes, kwentuhan tayo. Kumusta ka na, direct?
Okay naman. Medyo relaxed today. Parang more, I was in my studio lang the whole day, working on some stuff, no? Pero with 2 weeks to go, we all know May 9 is 2 weeks away. We don't stop. So we continue to campaign and we continue to push forward. Exciting times ahead.
Direk, talagang no? I mean, hindi na natin may kakaila na ikaw ay very busy sa campaign. Particularly sa campaign ni former Senator Bongbong Marcos. And this has become very controversial, ang inyong affinity with BBM and including your wife na si Tony.
That's right.
Medyo naging controversial ang inyong link with the BBM. Kumusta na ba ngayon? Umupa na ba?
I guess to them controversial, but sa amin ni Tony, that's family for us. Pamilya, they're our family. So it's never been controversial for us. It's always been a great relationship, no, with BBM and of course Tita Lisa, no. But of course, just like as BBM even said interviews niya I think in Tony Talks, it's politics, it's campaign, there's going to be opposition, there's going to be critics, there's going to be controversies, and well, me and Tony, we just roll with it. Parang, sa amin ni Tony, parang wala silang magawa. So kami busy sa campaign, no, busy sa messaging ni BBM, which is of course unity, and we have no time to do any of those controversies. We devote all our time into helping BBM, Inday Sara, the unity team. Hopefully on May 9, the people will decide that it's the time for the unit team.
Direct, para sa alaman lang ng mga nakikinig sa atin na nanonood. Actually, marami tayong viewers, mostly din mga OFWs, from
wow, our heroes, our heroes.
Yes, from different parts of our the world. Yeah. Paano ka ba na-link kay BBM in so far as working with him, with his visuals, with his campaign?
Well, my father, is a director, no, si Jeric Soriano, and if people don't know, my grandfather was Nestor De Villa, who's also an actor, no. So parang nasa dugo namin ang showbiz, ang production. So yeah, I mean, I moved back to the Philippines 2005, and then my dad, of course, was still directing at that particular time, no. So when I got back, of course, PA ako, I was learning the ropes. I was still very young in the industry, and then of course, my dad was doing a lot of BBM's visuals and messaging already when he was vice governor, governor of Ilocos Norte, and I remember
started with your father.
Yeah, I started with my father. Yeah, I was kind of like his assistant director. I was his PA.
Okay.
I was helping him out. And we would go to Ilocos Norte, of course, during campaign season, and we would shoot AVPs, commercials, yung mga speeches ni BBM. I even remember na yan. Kasi PA lang ako, and we were in his office in the Capitol, no? And then my dad and him, kasi BBM very hands-on siya. I mean, even back then, no, sa mga scripts niya, sa mga content niya. So siya mismo nagsusulat eh.
Okay.
So yan, na-observe ko yan lahat. And of course, being around him with my father, as I grew older, eventually very honored and blessed to be now directing, his presidential campaigns. No, well, of course, my father is still helping me, definitely, but I've kind of taken more of the lead this time, and I think my relationship with BBM goes way back. So we're very comfortable with each other. We know kind of each other's moves. Every time we shoot, we're on set. It's maraming kwentuhan. We're actually joking around. So thankful that BBM still trusts me, and now that I'm directing to do this is everything about this is presidential, diba?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
it's
Correct.
massive. Actually, even sa akin, it is a new challenge for me. So, but I've learned so much, and BBM has made it really easy for all of us. So yeah, so it's dated way back. I mean, thanks to my dad, of course, for kind of introducing me into that path. No?
Pero it was really a conscious decision on your part to be involved. I mean, knowing that BBM, as popular as he is really a controversial figure. The family actually
Oh
is
no, definitely. Yeah, I mean,
in Philippine politics, ano? Kaya so ikaw talagang this was really more of a calling ba sa'yo na talagang to join the campaign? Kasi a lot of people would know na ikaw ay busy talaga sa mga filmmaking,
mm-mm.
sa mga TV commercials. Doon ka
That's
naman
right.
talaga nakalinya di ba? But
Tama.
with this campaign now, with this election, talagang you are heavily involved. I mean talagang nakatuto ka.
Yeah, I mean, I of course, I'm just one of many on the team of BBM. I mean, he has great people that are working on his campaign. I guess yung sa akin was the media, no, media side, no,
Yeah, the
advertisement.
visuals.
So the visuals, no. So and of course, myself, I have a creative team. I have a great creative team that's helping me out. Hindi lang ako. Parang may mga uni teams din tayo, sa mga media,
Yes.
advertising. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not naman a conscious effort. I mean, I call him Tito Bong. I call Tita Lisa. Anytime they call me, nandun ako. I'll be there. I mean, if they want to work with other people, that's also fine. Basta for me, I'll support Tito Bong with however way that I can, or that how he sees me fit. So for this particular campaign, they asked us to help out with the media and the commercials, and it's no question. It was a yes. I said we'll be there. We'll help you out. Now the controversies and all that stuff. I mean, that's really out of my control. My heart is with them, and I'm here to help them. I keep saying I'm at your service. Basta just text or call if there's anything I can do. I'll be here. I'll be there.
Alam mo, Direk, marami ang ngayon, yung nagko-comment and maganda yung kanilang feedback sa campaign ni BBM. I mean, it's more of really a positive campaigning, and I think credit that to you, your team, dahil yung visuals mo, yung presentation mo is really more on a positive messaging more than anything else. And sa iyo ba, ano yung challenge in trying to portray BBM or in trying to put him in a way na talagang he should be our next president?
Well, for me, to answer that positive campaign, it actually just starts from the top. I mean, that just starts from the boss, BBM. I mean, he's all about positivity, and you don't have to be smart to know that if you plant positivity, that's what you'll receive back. And I think that's exactly what you're seeing at this very moment, where BBM, this whole campaign, I guess ever since he announced in October up to this very day, he's been one of the most criticized, right? The most controversial, left and right. People are hitting on him, hating on him, but yet he chooses to see the good in each and every one of the Filipino people because he knows they're good. He calls them the greatest people in the world. And the fact that he does that every single day, being positive, being hopeful, that's exactly what he's getting back. And look at the surveys. It's just out of this world. Positive, diba? And I think that's going to be his vision until the end of the campaign, and that I think that's going to be his vision if he wins.
Right.
moving forward, and that will only mean the Philippines will be benefiting all of this positivity, whether it's in, for jobs, for agriculture, for, digital infrastructure, for tourism, build. I mean, we're just taking, honestly, I attend meetings. I just have my notebook and I listen to him, and his energy just kind of radiates all over the whole room. And we can't help but be inspired to make sure that his vision is executed so that the Filipino people can feel it, can see it. And if May 9, if he wins, they will actually now be able to live it. So we're very excited. So actually, it's quite easy working with BBM. He's a visionary. He's a great leader. Where the meetings are intense, I can't help but be intimidated. Then, no, of course, of course. I mean, you have to be on your toes with BBM. I mean, he's like a walking encyclopedia. I mean, not many people know that. He knows a lot of things. So if you bring up something, you better know what you're talking about, because he will debate with you. He will answer back with you. So that's the exciting thing. And then when we're able to brainstorm with his ideas, we come up with a great concept. And once we all agree in that meeting, hands off na siya. He'll just say, Paul, ikaw nang bahala, execute, diba? So a great leader also knows how to kind of just let it go and let it be and trust the right people. So, I've been, every day very thankful, to him, and of course to Tita Lisa for trusting me with such a job as this. No, it's exciting, and to see it doing well. No, the people really kind of got the message. They kind of felt the emotions that we were trying to convey, and I just couldn't be more happy for him. And the country will, if May 9, if they vote for him, they will know exactly what I guess I'm feeling right this very moment.
Direct yung being up close and personal kay BBM, and then yung mga sinabi mo ngayon na yan, puro positive, but itong mga issues or yung stigma, the name of the Marcoses are attached with, is BBM, considering na ikaw close ka sa kanya, is BBM affected by all of this, and how does he really deal with it?
I mean, again, yes, I'm fortunate enough to be with him in private moments, and honestly, we don't talk about it. We don't discuss it. I think the reason why I really believe he's destined for the presidency is because he's lived it. He's lived through it. I mean, he was already on the receiving end of bashing, in the 80s, in the 90s, 30 plus years ago.
Correct.
So maybe the bashing today is nothing new to him, and he's able to take it on the chin, and just kind of keep his eye on the prize. He's a man on a mission. So, I don't think, those dogs barking, I don't think he's going to mind it. The noise on the left, on the right, I don't think he's going to mind it. He's got his eye on the prize. He's like a racehorse, with those blinders,
Yes.
Alam mo yan? Yun lang. Presidency lang ang naisip, president. So kung may ganito, I guess gaganon siya, pero diretso pa rin, diba? And I think that's why it's his destiny. It's if we're making a movie, it's going to be a redemptive, a great redemption story.
But you have to admit then that, yung this controversy or this stigma, na ito nga kasi like ako, I have admitted that, ako 1986, 70 years old, I was at EDSA, and sabi ko nga, nadala ako nung narrative nung EDSA that I was part of those who were trying to, or who was made to believe that the Marcoses were ganito, ganyan.
Yes.
They were the ones who, damaged the economy, blah, blah, blah. But as now, as I've realized and as I've seen and I've read a lot, seen a lot, and even met with BBM, nag-iba talaga. Nakita ko talaga na all those things that I believed previously were all talagang, kumbaga nga, grabe yung pagkakagawa ng perception na yon, yung pagkakadikdik na yon, And now I saw a different nakita ko talaga ang totoo. And that is also because of the administration now. Nagra-rub off sa atin or nagra-rub off sa mga niya, 'di ba? Yung ganon.
That's right.
So, and I'm sure kayo ni Tony, kayong dalawa are how should we victims of this pambabalahura, 'di ba?
I hear everything you're saying. I can't control what has already happened in the past. I mean, that's really kind of out of our control. We can definitely learn from history, and again, they always say history is written by the victors, diba? So it's one of those things on what perspective, and there's a lot of versions out there, right? But the version that my heart chooses to believe is the narrative of BBM. And I guess as a growing up in a democratic country, I have that right. Just like everybody has that right to believe what they want. So that's where my heart is. That's where my wife Tony. That's where our heart is. Our heart is with him. And just like you, we believe and we know what to believe. That I mean, we've been involved in a handful of controversies, I guess, as you mentioned in the last few months.
Yeah,
and it's quite unfortunate that there are people that believe fake news. It's actually for me, parang kawawa ko. I feel bad, no, parang how it's so easy for people when they see a video or a photo, how they can already come to a conclusion of what it already is when they haven't really, or they don't know.
Yeah.
So I guess I was experienced. I mean, a very a fraction of it. I mean, compared to what BBN has lived with. I mean, me and my wife have gone through just a fraction of what he's probably went through. No, so I guess for me is, we know the truth. Me and my wife, and we choose the truth, and that's what we live by every day. And if you don't believe in the truth that we believe in, I mean, that's your right. I just hope it doesn't bring out hate. I just hope it doesn't bring out dislike, because we can all agree to disagree to a certain extent. Or, I mean, about the cancel culture, I really don't believe in that.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it's unfortunate. As my wife has been saying on the campaign trail, is we believe in the Filipino culture. And what's the Filipino culture about? It's about love. It's about forgiveness. It's about family. I mean, we can fight, we can argue, but it doesn't mean we have to live in hate. We have to live in unforgiveness. If we continue to do that, the country will be the one to sacrifice from that. I mean, that's why unity. I mean, a lot of people criticize BBM for unity, but they're just blind. I mean, I'm saying you just have to see it, or you have to feel it, or you have to listen. A lot of people don't give him a shot to it. I mean, BBM, it's technically clickbait lang, headline, move on, diba? But they don't read. I mean, his platforms are so detailed. His plans for this country is so detailed, yet they still claim that he doesn't have anything. I mean, it's ridiculous. I've spent hours and hours of him talking about agriculture, talking about tourism, just because it just comes out of him naturally. I mean, we did the platform ads for BBM, right? So I had to kind of learn about in detail what his platforms are about. And if we were not able to listen to him for those, it would almost be like 3-hour, 4-hour meetings with him. We won't be able to put that in a commercial because what visual will we use? So it's just that he's just not given a fair fight. So that's why it's unfortunate that a lot of the media they choose not to see that. What they choose to report is just the total opposite.
Well, regarding that, yung cancel culture, yung toxicity ng campaign, the season, kayo ni Tony, talagang in your industry, lalo na, nandyan, nakikita natin, nararamdaman natin yung divide, the great divide.
Mm-hmm.
And how is it being, paano nyo dinideal ni Tony yan sa industry nyo?
Well, I guess, I guess in our industry, we call it creative differences. So yeah, yes. I guess maraming creative differences. No?
To put it respectfully.
Yeah. I think for me naman, again, Tony's one of the strongest women I know. I actually draw strength from her kasi, ganun din siya, focused on what she has to do. She's focused on the message. She's focused on her mission also. Like I said, BBM is such a great leader that you kind of also put on the blinders na rin, diba? And just kind of run forward. But we don't pay much attention to what's really going on. We don't like to feed our souls with unnecessary things, right? We want to feed our souls with positivity. So that's what our soul can hopefully become. So, but yeah, I mean, friends,
Pero direct meron talaga
colleagues,
may mga colleagues talaga kayo na
Oh no, no, yeah, definitely. I mean, I have a
toxic.
staff.
Toxic.
Toxic. Yeah, well, I like I said, I choose to ignore that. I'm quite busy. I really have no time, honestly, to mind other people's business. I mean, I'm just my business alone is just overwhelming. There's just really no time to mind other people's business. But I have a staff, and they're a little sensitive to that. They tell me, direct, si ganano, si ganyan, said this, said that. So I said, you know what? It's out. For me, it's out of love. I mean, I think for me, talaga, the root of hate is love. I mean, there is love somewhere there.
Yes.
And I will not take it personally at all. At the end of the day, my hand will always be open after May 9 next year for the rest of my life. Now it's up to them, to if they want to, accept a lunch with me or coffee with me. Because I choose to look at the talent. There's a lot of talented artists out there who, yes, are supporting other candidates.
Yeah.
But that's their right. Okay naman. That's the democracy we live in. But I choose to seize the talent. And after May 9, when I go back to filmmaking, advertising, marketing, and I want to work with them again, I would love to. It doesn't, for me, I'm not burning any bridges. Now, it's up to them. If ayaw nila sa akin, out of my control na lang. Is it sad to see? Yes, of course. Is it frustrating at times? Of course it is. But I know it's just for a season. Just like, when the, like in any harvest, diba, there's a downtime. So maybe that's the downtime now. But at the end of the day, they're going to become beautiful fruits again. And that's what I choose to see now, because I don't believe in canceling anyone. I want to work with the best, and even if it means if we have different political views. In the creative industry naman, I thrive actually on parang debating, on like disagreeing.
Actually,
yeah, because I think that can create.
It can draw out
greater ideas. I mean, the last thing I want is working with people that just say, "Sige, direct game." Okay,
Yung best man lang.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I like working with an actor that will tell me, direct, sorry, hindi talaga yan. O bakit? Then we talk, and then mas maganda pala ang eksena. Or a cinematographer that tells me, direct, I'm sorry, but maybe we should try it this way. And then I look at it, hey, you're right pala. So why am I going to let, the political and personal views affect what we can create? And if what we can create can help our country in terms of content, in terms of, global cinema, I'm not going to let political and personal beliefs get in the way. I love everybody.
So in a way, you're saying na parang you even draw inspiration do sa mga criticism and sa mga ano.
There's a lot of people, as you mentioned, that have gone against me, my wife, but I still respect them up to this very day. They're talented people. I mean, just because they have this passionate drive towards somebody, another candidate, doesn't mean that their talent diminishes. They're still great, And I'd love to work with everybody after May 9. Now, yung question na lang is if they want to work with me. But at the end of the day, naman, we know there's still May 9. There's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's June, July, August. The world doesn't end on May 9. I mean, we're all going to go back to our creative lives and hopefully create beautiful things for this country.
Yun. Pero hindi ka ba direct? Hindi ba kayo umabot ni Tony doon sa point na parang yung grabe na yung yung toxicity nga, grabe na yung bashing and all.
I think
you want to quit or you want to say
no, no. Never naman.
Walang ganun.
Walang ganun. I love what I'm doing. I love doing the ads for BBM. If he wants to do an ad every day until May 9, I won't sleep. But I'm passionate about what I do. I love storytelling. I love narratives. But I guess if there's something to share, of course, it's our family. Our families, our parents that they get affected. Of course, being parents, they can't help but be concerned, right? But Tony and I, we know our inner circle, we know our friends, we know our family. For us, that's what really matters. I guess the people that we love the most are the only ones that can hurt us the most. And our family and our close circle of friends have given us nothing but love. And that's why we feel we're in a great place. And that's why we feel what we're doing is right. And at the end of the day, Mark, I always believe, and I hope this is something, people can find a chance to understand, is that, if it feels good in your heart, if you follow your intuition, I think go for it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I would rather follow my heart and then have the whole world go against me. But at night I can sleep. In Bisna, I listen to the world and then I'm just restless at night. Why did I listen to them? Mali ang decision.
Yeah.
I can rest at night knowing that I followed my heart, and if I have to deal with the consequences, then so be it. But I think that's kind of, for me, that's what makes great experiences.
All right. Now we are direct. We are now nearing the home stretch of the campaign, and 2 weeks to go into the election. What is it still in store for the BBM campaign, and in your with you, ano pa yung maaasahan natin o yung pwede pang anuhin ng mga tao na to look forward to sa campaign BBM?
Yeah, well,
the home stretch.
Yeah, of course, it's 2 weeks to go. But the mandate from BBN is we just keep going. We don't stop. I mean, it's how you finish, not how you start. Diba? So
kasama ka pa sa mga sorties? Kasama ka?
I definitely go when my wife sings. So my wife has actually, she's done a lot of rallies for BBM ever since the start of the campaign. So whenever my wife is there, I go also because I want to be there to support my wife. And of course, me also being a filmmaker, I love new experiences. If there's one thing about this campaign that I'll take with me or has made me a better person, it's just the people I've met all over the Philippines. I've been to places that I never thought I would ever go. I told this to BBM actually. There was one time I think I came back from Cotabato, I think, and then we drove to some of the barangay towns or met some people. I'd never been there. And I couldn't help but message BBM and say, Tito Bong, thank you for this opportunity. I never realized how beautiful our country is, how beautiful our people are. And then he just messaged me back, 100% agree with you, right on, exactly, And that's, I think, where he draws his strength.
Can you share with us what is that striking image na nakita mo? Or what is it, that one image in the campaign that you saw that made you see our country in that light?
I think for me, what stands out was the Tacloban rally. I think you had over probably 100,000 people in the rain. It was raining all day. It didn't stop. And I remember before the BBM went on stage, we were in this kind of mobile bus. I was with Senator Mark Villar, his wife. I was with BBM. Majo was there, and my wife. It was just us. It was raining hard, and then we were like, everyone was wearing their raincoats, and BBM was he was just looking out. He's like, he's looking at the people. The people. Imbis na parang canceling it. He goes, I'm gonna go out. He just went out of the bus, in his raincoat, and he went straight for the stage. He met with the people that were waiting for him. Yes. So what did Tony do? Tony then followed. See, Mark then followed. We all went there in our jackets and our rain. And then I don't know if it's all over TikTok, probably in YouTube, but
Tony, I think that was the one he was carrying
the flag, diba?
Yes.
Carrying the flag.
Very video image.
See, Tony was singing. It was raining. I mean, there was just 100,000+ of people there, just enjoying, the energy. BBM's a rock star, and in that particular moment, usually I'm just in the back of the stage, with my camera capturing. I go, man, that's our president right there. I mean, it was just what a moment. And yeah, you're right. With the flag and the rain, it was just so patriotic. And
I
it was
think
just
that was
parang
like a, that is a
like a Hollywood
watershed
moment.
moment.
Yeah,
Oo.
exactly,
Diba?
exactly. So yeah,
Oo.
so stuff like that, and then just to see how beautiful and resilient the Filipino people are. BBM was right. The Filipinos are the best people in the world, and it was just so exciting. And yeah, it's coming to end. It's kind of like you get tired, you're physically, mentally tired, but it's like you're also gonna miss it. I think it's something that you've been doing for how many months.
Mhm.
I was talking to my friends also just the other night and saying, like we keep saying, we're tired, but we also like we're gonna miss this. It's the campaign has kind of created some sort of brotherhood.
Yeah.
Some sort of like group. That like we were all in this together. We were just really one big team, and uh, I can't say. I'm just so happy to be a part of the BBM team because I mean, like in any team, right? You have different personalities, diba? But with BBM, and I think that's what makes him such a great leader, is that everybody was doing
Mhm.
their part. Everybody was doing their part. Nobody was trying to upstage another. Nobody was
Uh-huh.
trying to push somebody out of the team. We were all just helping each other. I mean, I'm not the only director. There's also other directors. Like the social media.
Yes.
Uh, Gerald in France. Oh my God, they're doing great material every day. They're just following BBM. His social media team is doing a great job. I got to even be friends with his legal team. We're doing great work.
Sila Attorney Vic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is Attorney Vic. Gosh, I don't know if he even goes home. No, but
Mm.
you could just see the passion. It's a passion driven campaign. I think it's not that they need to be there. They want to be there to help him, and that's just what's amazing. So
And yan yung sinasabi mong it comes from the top na
it comes from the
talagang
top. I mean, just like
it
any,
rubs all
yeah,
the way down.
just like
Mm.
any, like in a basketball team, the coach. Diba? I mean, in a
Yeah.
corporation, your
Yeah.
president, right? Your
Yes.
CEO.
Your
You know,
CEO.
you're only as good as your leader, and the reason why a lot of the great positive things are happening in his campaign, from the out of this world survey numbers, the social media content, the ads. I mean, his legal team. I mean, the parallel groups. I mean, the next gen. This next gen group is just amazing, full of energy. The
Mm.
concerts, the artists that are supporting him. It's just passion driven, and it's just unified. That I
Yeah.
think that's why a lot of people don't get it, is because when BBM says unity, maybe at that particular moment to them it's a word, but
Uh-huh.
to us it's how we live our life. That's
It's an
just it's just
ideal.
it's a nice, yeah, exactly. It's a lifestyle,
Oh.
and you're right. It comes from the top. It comes from him,
Yes.
Tita Lisa. Oh my God,
Uh-huh.
it's just you know, you want to help them. You want to serve and execute whatever it is they want for this country. So it's just been an honor, and I will miss it definitely.
Yeah, yun direct yung kanina pinag-usapan natin bashing and all. But how is it naman that a lot of people that you don't know
Mm,
personally, and you've been meeting throughout the campaign lang, I'm sure you're also getting a lot of support, a lot of
mm.
messages of love, and sinasabi na, direct, nasa likod mo kami and all. What was it that yung meron ka bang naging memorable na natanggap na mensahe from a person or a group of people Filipinos na
I mean, for me, it's every city I go to.
mm-hmm.
Uh, you have these people. They give me food. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Talaga?
they, I mean, it's just like that. That's how much they care for you. I mean, like you see this lady go, give me food. They want me to try, like yung
Yeah,
Bicol
yeah.
Express. I was in Bicol. They gave me Bicol Express. Diba? When I go to, of course, when I was in Ilocos Norte, you had empanadas, you had, bagnet just being given to me because the people there just wanted me to feel welcome. There was just so much love. And I was in Davao. I would go home with pomelo, suha, and durian. I mean,
Yes,
like
yes.
I mean, it's just like the Filipinos are giving people, and I really
Mm.
believe that's why they receive so much, just because they just also give so much. Little things like that. Little mementos, tokens. Someone gives me like a bracelet. Or even just a simple act as they want to have a photo with me. I mean, it's just like
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm only famous because of my wife.
Yeah, of course.
I always say, I'm Mr.
Uh,
Tony Gonzaga. No? You can call me Mr. Tony Gonzaga. But I mean,
Pero
like again,
yeah. Oh.
like I was saying, the smiles on their faces, the selfies, it's uplifting.
But are you at all surprised by this overwhelming support na nakikita mo? Are you this parang saan ang gagaling tong mga to, and how is it that talagang sa ground, sa grassroots, mararamdaman mo talaga? I mean,
Oh no, it's
pag nagbasa ka sa social media, parang ano, di ba? I mean, yung divide
and
parang
exactly, and
malaki
that's
pero
why.
hindi eh.
And I guess that's why also my wife and I, we don't really spend so much time on social media because I don't think that's the ground. I don't think that's the
Yes,
grassroots
yes.
of, when my wife and I, when we go to these rallies, oh my goodness, you're right. It's like for every hate, there's 10 times the love.
Yeah.
I like to say this, they hate us probably because that's the same reason they hate us for the same reasons they love us. So, but yeah, I mean, I was in Bicol we all know Bicol in that place, but I was in this carinderia there. I was eating their local delicacies, but a handful of waiters they would do this to me. So BBM, and that's why I feel it's his destiny. I tell Tito Bong, this is your destiny. It's part of your narrative. How when you announced in literally months you had over 60% of the country fall in love with you, and I know why. It's because he's just so much more in love with them.
Yes.
So that's exactly what he gets back.
Yeah.
So he's been in love with the Filipino people for all his life. So this last few months, the love that he's getting, it's the harvest that he's finally receiving, and he's ripe. He's ready to lead. For me, he's ready to lead. If the people decide on May 9th that he's the one, you will have somebody that's going to lead us into great, great, great things.
Direct, taking away your bias and your affinity with BBM, the numbers tell a story. The survey numbers, the legitimate survey numbers, and then you are seeing the action on the ground.
Yeah.
And somehow they match or they are reconciled. Can you really attest to this?
Actually, Mark, I'll disagree with you. It doesn't match. It's more.
It's more.
It's more.
Really?
I have a feeling. I think you're talking about sabi mo na 50 to 55% on
50%.
average.
Sabi na natin 50%.
Sabi mo 50% in all the major surveys, right? All the reputable surveys for 20, 30 years, 50%. I believe it's more. I believe it's 70 to 80%. I have this feeling, and I guess I'm sharing it with you, is that the reason why the surveys will be proven wrong is because he will get even more. I think he will get even more. That's just my feeling, and it's going to be. That's just my gut. I guess you don't want to be too presumptuous, no, but that's kind of what my gut is saying. Just being on the ground,
being there, seeing what is happening, really, diba?
Feeling it. I mean, everywhere everywhere I go, I have to have BBM merch in my car because people are asking nonstop. So if that's just a tell of what these surveys or just a portion of what these surveys are doing, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
And this is not the kind of campaign that you have experienced in the past.
Well, to be honest, I was, like I said, I've been a part of his campaigns.
Yes.
Vice governor, governor, senator, the vice president, but nothing. This is presidential and everything. It's huge. It's actually at times my wife and I are kind of like, like we kind of get lost because it's like, what are we doing? This is actually bigger than anything we've imagined. And I guess definitely an experience we're going to take with us for the rest of our lives, and just really grateful to be a part of it. I mean, it's to be a part of a presidential campaign and to be doing the ads for BBM. It's just once in a lifetime. It's definitely once in a lifetime. I think literally.
Yeah. Okay, direct. Ito, siguro itong tanong na to is something na a lot of people would like to ask you. If we are to be presumptuous and if we are to agree na talagang overwhelming and we will have Bongbong Marcos as our 17th President of the Republic, what will be the role of a Paul Soriano in a Marcos administration?
Uh, Again, however, uh, BBM and my Tita Lisa see me fit. You know, if if they tell me to go, support them in this capacity, I'll be there. In this capacity, I'll be there.
All right.
I've had their backs ever since, and it's not going to change.
Hmm.
I mean, whatever happens on May 9, nandun pa rin ako
Yes.
to help them out in whatever capacity they want me or they see fit. They know me pretty well also, so I guess it would really be up to them. But yeah, I mean, first things first is we need to win this. No, so is what BBM says. We need to win this. We need to finish strong. We got to make sure that we protect. The meeting. Yeah, there's the meeting d'avance. We make sure we protect BBM. We make sure that people go out and vote on May 9th. Go out and vote.
Yes. Yeah. That's the important.
Whoever it is that your heart tells you, when you get to that voting booth and that ballot is in front of you, listen to your heart and make that decision. That's going to be probably the best thing you can do for your country.
Are we going to be, meron ba tayong inaasahang surprise visual or something?
We definitely have some visuals coming up. Of course, we have meeting the advances coming up, so we have some visuals that we're currently cooking now. My team has just been amazing. My production team, my post production team has just been, have been not sleeping. Also, just making sure that we give BBM the best content, the best stories that we can. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up the last 2 weeks. Like BBM, actually, I was with him last night, and he said, we just keep going. The only time we stop is May 7, 12 midnight, because we can't anymore. Right?
End of the campaign,
At the end of the campaign, that's the only time we stop.
Yes.
And then now the power will be with the people. We all become Filipinos. BBM, everybody, we become Filipinos. We go out on May 9. We do. We give our right to vote. We exercise our right to vote, and then the will of the people, whatever the results are, that's what we move forward with. And of course, I hope and pray it's BBM, and that he makes the Philippines the pearl of the Orient again. So
yeah. I mean, you don't see things that are going to be like hindi magkatutuloy ang election or something after the election. There will be trouble or there will be.
I think we need to. I would like to believe that the Filipino people are understand, are educated about democracy. Yes. And I believe in our in the COMELEC, in the election system. I really pray that the people in charge of the elections, have the Filipinos' hearts as their best interest. That the will of the people, the voice of the people, is what we want to hear on May 9th.
Yeah.
Not the will of certain people or this people or this group. We want to hear the 62 million registered voters. We want to hear that voice. Now, the majority of that will be the president. And whether you voted for that person or not, a democracy says we need to respect it. So there's no reason why we need to argue it, or there's no reason why we need to, go to the streets. And if people say that, I mean, we should go to the streets and celebrate,
Yeah. Ayan. And ladies and gentlemen, Direct Paul Soriano po, ang ating guest ngayong gabi. We are simulcast over Sky Cable Channel 224, TV Plus boxes, mga GMA for the box, and we are also live streaming sa Facebook and sa YouTube, and we are also at Radio Garden app. Direct Paul, final message po para sa ating mga kababayan na nanonood at nakikinig sa iyo ngayon.
Well, my final message is on May 9, let's exercise our right to vote. Let's go out and vote. I know there's still a pandemic, so let's make sure we have our face masks, we social distance, but let's go out and vote. That's our right. everybody's voice needs to be heard. And we'll listen to the people on May 9. And thank you very much, Mark, for having me on your
Thank
show.
you, Direk.
Maraming salamat. I
Privilege.
enjoyed. No, I enjoyed. You know, I mean, it's nice to make kwento once in a while. Just keep it light.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Pagpahinga ka sa campaign.
Yeah. And yeah, well, we have some more visuals, ads for BBM coming out. So please watch out for it. No? And again, Mark, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Direk. Talaga, it's also a privilege and an honor for us to be, nandito ka sa aming program. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat.
Mga kababayan, yan po si Direk Paul Soriano. Direk, thank you and see you again in the last the home stretch. Yeah, see you soon.
Anytime,
yes.
Mark. Maraming salamat.
Alright.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, wag po muna kayong bibitaw mga kababayan. Ayan po si Paul Soriano, ang talented director ng mga commercials, ng mga visuals, ng advertising ni Bongbong Marcos. Alam nyo, dito kay Direk Paul, talagang makikita natin positivity. Ako, yun lang talaga naramdaman ko tonight. I mean, for me, his messaging, his aura, di ba mga kababayan, siguro, yes, sila ni Tony talaga. I think ang ganda ng pagkakakuha ni BBM sa kanilang dalawa. Sa mag-asawa nito. At they are an asset really sa campaign. And what you see now in the BBM campaign, kung ano yung nakikita yung messaging and all, sabi ko nga, malaki dyan bagay. It's because of Direk Paul and because of Tony Gonzaga. Thank you very much, Direk. Really, maraming salamat po for according us that privilege of guesting in our program. Ngayon mga kababayan, thank you sa inyo. Basahin ko lang yung mga nandito. Shout out kay sino to? Si Nika Kukia, si Zulber Sepol, si Balsoto Reyes, Rose Marcelo Aguilon, Jonathan Aban, Lilibet Pantonino de Lima. Uy, de Lima, pero mukhang BBM. Corazon Ando Moralia, si Modi Palma, Nery Padron, Julio Trenta, Frederick Jason Ray Bautista, Joel Agudo, Chris Mahal, Sopoco Aslarona, si Annabel Martizano, Josie General, Pete A. Maningat, Didac Garcilazo Martinez Guda, Dianio Dionisio Shea, Roby Ledesma, Ron Celab, Lita Valdez Bernido, Cyrene Pablo, Sam D.C. Nalagan, Judy Lu Constabulary, Kat Irene, Jeanette Lazo, Christian Deer Rightway Placent, Andres Mistola, Labonete, Francisco Marian, dami. Larina Tiquia, Virginia Padilla, Emmy Barraceros, Elgin, Averbank, ito, control to Catalina Biticon, Susan Pasqua, Marlene Apuli Ampel, si Ricarlita Demata, Roby Ledesma, Nicolay, Priscilla Kojima, Raquel Dumlao, May Stanislao Harder, Roxanne Costo, dami talaga. Marilu Isidro Cesar. Ayan. So, ayan po ating show for tonight. Direk Paul Soriano po ang ating guest. Kung hindi nyo po naabutan ang ating live telecast, you can watch this over at DZRJ Teleradyo Bandido 810 AM. Tayo ngayon ay live at simulcast over Sky Cable Channel 224 sa mga TV Plus boxes, GMA for the box at mga free-to-air TV via RJ TV. And also, we are nakikita ngayon sa Facebook via DZRJ 810 AM Radyo Bandido, and sa YouTube RJ AM News Channel. Click nyo lang po yung subscribe button dyan tsaka yung bell icon para kayo ay ma-alert sa mga programa ng DZRJ Teleradyo Bandido kasama na ang Pugad Vloggers. Okay? On behalf of our mga co-hosts ngayon, sila Attorney Tom Berenguer, si Doc Ethel Pineda, Attorney Darwin Cañete, si Tentay, Maricar Tentay Mahalay Serrano, at si Professor Bani Viernas. Ito po ang Pugad Vloggers. Maraming salamat po again sa mga nakikinig sa atin, sa mga nanood, nagsubaybay, kasama na dito sa studio. Mga kababayan, 2 weeks na lang. Today is April 25, Monday. 2 linggo na lang po, mag-election na. And sa ngayon pa lang po, yung mga boboto, i-check nyo na ang inyong meron ng online ng COMELEC regarding your precinct assignment as well as your registration. So, i-check nyo na yan. And sabi nga ni Direk Paul, it's important na tayo. It's important. Itong 65 million na registered voters, it should really be important. Regardless po kung sino ang iboboto nyo, should really go out and vote. Ako sinasabi ko na yan. Regardless kung sino iboboto nyo, we should all go out and vote. Importante po that we express our will, we express our choice. It's very important that we exercise our duty as a citizen of this country. If you are a registered voter, please do go out and vote. Napaka-importante po. Kailangan talaga makuha ng ating bayan. Kailangan talaga maramdaman po ng ating bayan ang ating mandate, ang ating gusto, ang ating sovereign will. Kailangan ilabas natin, kailangan i-express natin kung sino ang ating choice bilang mga susunod nating mga leader. Alright? Importante po na kailangan natin ipahayag ang ating sentimiento through the ballot. Napaka-importante, napakahalaga po niyan na tayo ay lumabas sa Mayo 9 at bumoto. Napaka-importante po. Doon po sa mga kababayan natin abroad na nakaboto na, maraming salamat po sa inyo, sa ating mga bayani na nandyan sa iba't ibang parte ng mundo. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, sa mga nag-express na ng inyong sentimiento, na inyong in-exercise na ang inyong karapatan bilang mamamayan ng ating bansa. Yun nga, panawagan natin sa mga kababayan natin na please do go out and vote. Importante yun. Napaka-importante po niyan. Regardless kung sino ang iboboto nyo, talagang mahalaga yan. Alright? So, subscribe to our YouTube channel po, DZRJ810 Radyo Bandido. Ayan. Ganun pala ang name ng ating DZRJ810 AM Radyo Bandido YouTube channel. Yun na rin pala ang channel. Pareho na rin sa Facebook. Tama? Alright. So, with that, maraming salamat po again. This is Mark Lopez for Pugad Vloggers, Monday to Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Until our next program. Bukas po, abangan nyo si Dr. Ethel Pineda, si Maricar Tentay Mahalay. At sa mga susunod, sila Attorney Darwin, Attorney Tom, and si Professor Bani Viernas. So, with that, good night, God bless, and patugtugin na ang Pugad Vloggers Team Song!
Pugad Vloggers, ang kurap titirisin, salot sa bayan wawalisin, walang sasantuhin, ang saya-saya nakakabaliw, kasama natin ang tropa. Pugad Vloggers, Pugad Vloggers.
The views and comments of the hosts and guests are not